to you from my hotel room in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. I'm getting ready to get back on the trail after a day of rest, 2 nights in a bed, which was really nice. Had some good company, went out and had a couple great meals. I'm ready to roll today, but first I wanted to show you a couple exciting things that are going to be a little different about my hike today. So there by the door you will see my pack. It looks a little different for two reasons. One is my Appalachian Trail registration tag for 2023 that identifies me as a thru hiker. Yesterday I went to the Appalachian Trail Conservancy headquarters here in Harpers Ferry, and got my photo taken, filled out my information, and got put into the archives. There's photos of every thru hiker that goes back. They have albums back, I don't know how many years. It was really fun to look through some of them. And they do give you a little Leave No Trace Principles quiz before you get your tag. And I met a few other hikers, and it was a really great afternoon. And over here is a box with everything that I don't need for a day hike. You'll notice that my pack looks a little slimmer. I only have water for the day, first aid, my raincoat, and water filtration equipment. Over here is my gigantic heavy food bag, since I just resupplied my tent, clothes, all the other items that I don't need for the day. I received a text last night from another hiker that I had met, and she has a friend in Harpers Ferry who is going to slack pack us today, which means she will take all of our gear we don't need over there and put it in her car and drive it to our campsite, and I will only have to carry that gear, and it will be much lighter, which will make today so much easier. And I'm very appreciative. It's going to be 90 degrees. There's an air quality warning, and I am a little nervous because the water supply between here and the 11-ish miles we're gonna do is a little bit sketchy. So I'm grateful to have this trail angel helping us out today. So just wanted to share those two exciting pieces of news, and I will check in later from on down the trail. Morning hikers, I am on trail in Harpers Ferry. I'm about a half mile from the historic downtown. My hotel was a little bit outside of town, and I wanted to give a thought. You know, so many people, when I said I was doing the trail and I appreciated it, were concerned for my safety out here as a solo, especially solo female hiker. And let me tell you about the kindness of random strangers. So it's going to be 90 degrees today with an air quality warning, and I had met a couple of other women hikers. One woman I met when I was at Mountain Home in Front Royal. It was the night before her start of her thru hike, and then her hiking partner, and our paces are fairly similar, so we've ended up, someone was behind me, we've ended up at camp here and there and did the same nights, and very nice women. And from Harpers Ferry, like I said, at the Trail Conservancy, a lot of hikers stop here and take a zero. It's a really cute town, and get their hikes registered and such. Well, these women, Enough and Whitebird, were zeroing in Harpers Ferry yesterday as well. They were at a friend's house somewhere outside of town. I'm at the hotel. I figure I'll see them on up the trail. I got a text last night. Hey, the water situation tomorrow is sketchy. We have a campsite at this campground that's like less than a half mile off trail, which means they'll have potable water and camp store and all that stuff. Come put your tent on our site. It's the same distance as the shelter, actually a little bit closer. And then another text later, hey, it's gonna be hot tomorrow. Our friends will slack pack us. And I'm like, is it Christmas? What is happening? I couldn't believe my luck. So I'm out here with a very small pack today, you'll see. And when these friends of a woman I've only known a couple days pulled up to my hotel in their van, they got out, loaded my box of stuff in the van, my pack, and gave me a hug, said safe travels. They don't know me from Adam. They were the most delightful and kind people, and they just want to help hikers. They don't even know me. I'll probably never see them again. So I took a photo with them and said thank you for being my trail angels. And that experience is more prevalent to me than any kind of scary human jerk that, you know, everyone seems so concerned about out here. Which, don't get me wrong, you have to keep your wits about you and, you know, situational awareness. But I just wanted to throw it out there. There are really good people in this world, and I've had the pleasure of meeting so many of them in the short time I've been on trail, and I'm so grateful. So thank you, my trail angels. Behind me is Jefferson Rock, where Thomas Jefferson stood and looked over this beautiful area. Now let's go take a look. I'm here at Jefferson Rock, which is a beautiful site where Thomas Jefferson stood, and I took a picture of the history placard, but it's always so hard to see the print, so I was going to read a little blurb. Jefferson Rock. On your right comes up the Shenandoah, having ranged along the foot of the mountain 100 miles to seek a vent. On your left approaches the Potomac in quest of a passage also. In the moment of their junction, they rush together against the mountain, rend it asunder, and pass off to the sea. This scene is worth a voyage across the Atlantic. This is how Jefferson described the view from here during a visit to Harpers Ferry in 1783. Around 1860, the U.S. Armory superintendent ordered red sandstone supports placed under Jefferson's Rock because it was endangering the lives and properties of the villagers below. And so behind me, you can see the rock with the supports under it, and the view from there is quite spectacular, as he described. This is so cool. It's a little toasty out here, even though I'm thankful for some leaves on the trees. I am up in the Weaverton Cliffs area. Hiked out of Hagerstown this morning. It was epic. Oh, it's beautiful. I can't wait. I want to go back there someday for a vacation, long weekend or something, and check out all the history. I did get to see some pretty cool stuff. I think I'm about 5 miles in. Today we're doing 11 miles to a private campground, Maple Tree, or I forgot what it's called, Treehouse and Maple Leaf Campground or something like that. And I am super grateful to the trail angels that are helping me slack pack today, because it is a roaster out here in the woods. Beautiful though. Hey there, just leaving the Ed Garvey shelter there behind me. We took a little break. We have about 4.4 miles to camp, and that shelter was really nice. I would love to come back and stay sometime on a section hike. It's got a double decker, it's got a loft up above, a really nice privy. Would have a nice view if there were no leaves on the trees. I just talked to a trail volunteer with the Potomac Appalachian Trail Club, who's out here today volunteering his time in 90-degree heat with a huge leaf blower. There's a lot of like really heavy leaf sections. He's literally blowing the heavy leaves off the trail in 90-degree heat. And he's the district manager of the PATC. His trail name is Tigger. I did not get a picture with Tigger, but I did thank him, and said that the entire section of trail that club maintains has been beautiful. Facilities and the trail itself. And he said they just worked on some stone steps coming up out of Weaverton that were amazing, and he and some volunteers did that on Good Friday. So hey Tigger and your crew, thank you so much. Trail volunteers, you're my hero. Made it to the Treehouse camp, so we're gonna head on up and find our site. I'm excited. This is a really pretty area, so we'll see